Trump tells James Clapper he's going to prison after shocking evidence emerges. By Rebecca DeCirio, Politics U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. James Clapper, former President Barack Obama's Director of National Intelligence, is in hot water after new shocking evidence has come to light. President Trump is furious after learning what Clapper and the other swamp rats were doing, and he told the former director that it's prison time. You don't want to miss this. The name Carter Page is one that has come up time and time again in the Russian-Trump bogus collusion case. It's important for Americans to understand who Carter Page is and what he has done in the past to fully understand why President Donald Trump is so furious today. Most people know Carter Page was targeted by the FBI as a Russian spy. They used this ruse to obtain 3 FISA warrants against Mr. Page as a way to spy on Donald Trump's campaign. Imagine if you are Carter Page and in the past you have put your life on the line to help the FBI and DOJ to bring a real Russian spy to justice. Carter Page is a graduate of the Naval Academy. He's also a patriot who in 2013 was approached by a man posing as a big Manhattan banker named Evgeny Buryakov, who was working with 2 other ruthless spies to sabotage our economic system. Carter Page could have walked away. Instead, he went to the FBI. There, the FBI pleaded with Page to wear a wire, even though if caught, he probably would have been killed, and they would have been on planes back to Moscow within hours. Even with the risk, Page cooperated with the FBI and became their primary source to bring charges against this guy. In 2017, ABC News reported Page has acknowledged that he is, in fact, the male one identified in a recently unsealed FBI complaint, which describes the group's attempts to draw Page into their information-gathering operation. You promise a favor for a favor, Viktor Podobny, one of the Russian spies, told Page. You get the documents from him and tell him to go expletive himself. Page told ABC News that the group's attempts were unsuccessful and any information he passed to Russian Foreign Intelligence Service SVR agents was immaterial. But those swamp rats at the FBI, like former Director James Comey and former DNI James Clapper, who were well aware of Carter Page's work with the FBI, decided he was expendable. See, Page's work as an American petroleum industry consultant meant he came into contact with Russians. Then, when he was named as a foreign policy advisor to Trump's campaign in March of 2016, the cabal thought, he's our patsy. The truth as to why Page was named as a foreign policy advisor is quite simple. In March of 2016, no one in the GOP wanted anything to do with Trump. They saw him as a joke, and no one with any political capital wanted to risk being associated with his campaign. Trump being Trump improvised. Page offered his services to someone in the New York Trump campaign office, and since Page had acknowledged the foreign affairs from his work bingo, he's listed as a foreign policy advisor. It was an early campaign move to beef up Trump's campaign, to give it more legitimacy, and frankly, that's how the world of politics works. So the cabal out to take out Trump, headed by former DNI James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, and former CIA boss John Brennan, agreed to use Carter Page as a Russian spy ruse to get FISA warrants on the Trump campaign. Trump didn't know Page at all. He didn't meet with Page, but even if he had, Carter Page is a good guy. He's a patriot who brought real Russian spies to justice. Then he was put through hell. James Clapper loved the idea of using Page as their scapegoat. He'd see Page in prison, or Page could always do what Clapper wanted and say Trump was colluding with the Russians. The cabal used their leftist media contacts to plant fake news and outright lies about Page in the press. They got Christopher Steele, the ex-Cambridge Union president and ex-MI6 Moscow field agent, to help compile a fake dossier naming Carter Page as the big link from Trump's campaign to Russians. Now we see the Cambridge connection and MI6 connection with known mole spy Stefan Halper. He is a Cambridge professor and ex-MI6 agent and is now known as the man who was planted to approach Page and another low-level Trump associate, George Papadopoulos. Spygate could be one of the biggest political scandals in history. Trump tweeted, MI6 is like our CIA, MI5 is like our FBI, just for reference. So Halper and Steele are ex-British spooks who worked with Comey, Clapper, and Brennan. It's all starting to make sense. In July of 2016, Halper and Steele lured Carter Page to Moscow, to a Moscow event so they could say he was there as a Trump spy. Carter Page, who worked for a short time as a volunteer on the campaign, told this reporter that he first met Halper at a conference at the University of Cambridge in July of 2016. The conference was titled The 2016's Race to Change the World, How the U.S. Presidential Campaign Can Recharge Global Politics and Foreign Politics. There were many speakers at the event, but Page was there as part of the audience. He said, former head of the British spy agency MI6, Sir Richard Dearlove, attended, as well as Christopher Steele, who was the former British spy hired by Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC in April of 2016 to investigate alleged ties between Trump and Russia. Steele was also a graduate of University of Cambridge. Undercover Uber tweeted that. Did Sarah Carter, D.C. just drop that Stefan Halper, Sir Richard Dearlove, Christopher Steele, and Carter Page were all at the same London seminar mid-July 2016 before the FBI claims it was even looking into Trump? Hell of a coincidence. Who arranged the menage a quatre? I thought it was trois, but it was quatre. If you've seen Carter Page in an interview, then you would know this guy is no spy. He's a tad goofy. He really is a nice man, but as hard these big league FBI, CIA, and national intel bosses tried, they couldn't get anything to stick to Page. Why? Because there was nothing there to stick. If Page is this big bad spy, why is he walking around giving interviews to Fox News? Now James Clapper is feeling the heat. Newt Gingrich went on the record last night and said Clapper could see prison time. Clapper's been making the rounds on the anti-Trump fake news networks like CNN, MSNBC, and The View. And what does he say? Real Clear Politics reports James Clapper used the word spy while discussing the Trump campaign surveillance scandal in an appearance on Tuesday's The View. Clapper said that the spy was there for Russian meddling purposes and that Trump should be happy such a person existed. In a brilliant move, Clapper went on The View, where he knows the idiots, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of the shrews have no clue about the truth of this Spygate scandal. Only Meghan McCain tries to go after him, but Clapper's got the idiots on his side, which is the truth. Clapper is a big liar, as anyone who follows politics knows. Back in March of 2016, when Trump tweeted that he was wiretapped, aka spied on, Clapper fired back saying that there was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time, or as a candidate, or against his campaign. He's in deep and trying to stay out of prison. Yep, that's true. He is in deep. Trump's after him big time. Trump's been calling for prison time where it can be proven that the laws were broken, referring to Clapper, Comey, and Brennan. The president tweeted, Trump should be happy that the FBI was spying on his campaign. No, James Clapper, I am not happy. Spying on a campaign would be illegal and a scandal to boot. He followed that up with, look how things have turned around on the criminal deep state. They go after phony collusion with Russia, a made-up scam, and end up getting caught in a major spy scandal, the likes of which this country may never have seen before. What goes around comes around. As Americans, we need to demand justice. Let everyone know that no one is above the law in this country. They ruined Carter Page's life among the lives of other people who worked on Trump campaign. It's time their lives were ruined. Those leftists who remain with their heads in the sand need to wake up. Spygate is real, and Clapper, Comey, and Brennan need to go to prison. Hang on tight, because we all know it all leads back to Barack Hussein Obama. And if these guys fall, they will take the former president with them. Oh, yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. James Clapper here. You can watch the interview. I have the whole 9-minute of it. I have it on another video. You can check out my site where I have the picture of yesterday I put it up. It's a 9-minute clip, rather kind of long. So this is the bottom line. He's headed for you know where, for Gitmo, so to speak, and they're going to take Obama down along with them. So I don't even know why Obama is getting ready to do a Netflix gig, because I don't see it happening. I think they're in deep doo-doo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.